Hello students, our next topic is inclination of line. So inclination means, let us say that this is x-axis and this is y-axis. So inclination means the angle made by any given line with the x-axis. So angle made by any given line with the x-axis is called as the inclination. Now this inclination is positive if we measure the angle in anti-clockwise direction. So here means if I'm taking the angle in this direction, so anti-clockwise direction, then this angle is called as a inclination, and this will be positive, and this will be positive. Whereas let us say that in some system I have a line like this, Now since in our 10th class we are using the angles up to 90 degrees only, so here actually this is the inclination, means in anti-clockwise direction this should be the angle made by the line with the x-axis. But here we will be taking, since let us say that this angle is 135 and this will be angle 45 degree. So if I'm measuring this angle, so here angle made by this line with the x-axis will be taken in the clockwise direction, So in this case this angle will be taken as negative, minus. So let us say that if this angle is 135, then this angle will be 45 degrees. So since we are measuring this in the clockwise direction, so this will be taken as minus 45 degree. So the angle made by any line with the x-axis is called as inclination, and angle in the anti-clockwise direction, or inclination in the anti-clockwise, is taken as positive, and in clockwise direction it is taken as negative. So please remember this also. Now if I'm talking about the inclination of x-axis, or any line that is parallel to x-axis, so in this case inclination will be equal to 0 degrees, whereas the inclination of y-axis is 90 degrees, means angle made by this axis will be equal to 90 degree, and angle made by x, or so this is the inclination of y-axis or any line that is parallel to y-axis. Means if I'm talking about this line, then its inclination will be equal to 90 degree, or if I'm talking about this line, so for this line if this is parallel to this, then here also the inclination will be equal to 0. So these are some points. Now next topic that we have to talk about is slope. This is also called as a gradient, So slope is the tangent of the inclination, So if inclination is represented by theta, then slope will be equal to tan of theta. And once again, if the inclination is positive, means angles are measured in anti-clockwise direction, then slope will be positive. So for this line the slope is positive, means the height we will see now. So height is increasing continuously if I'm moving from left to right, and similarly on this line, if I'm moving from left to right, then the height is continuously decreasing. So मतलब यहाँ पे चढ़ाई है, तो इसमें स्लोप जो होगा वो पॉजिटिव होगा, और यहाँ पे ढलान है तो यहाँ पे स्लोप क्या होगा, नेगेटिव. दिस स्लोप इज रिप्रेजेंटेड बाई m. So therefore m is equal to tan theta. Now I'm taking one example like this. Let us say that I have some line like this, and I'm saying that this angle is 45 degree. So here this angle is positive theta. So here in this case theta is equal to 45 degree. So therefore slope will be equal to m equal to tan theta. So that will be equal to tan 45, and we already know this value. So tan 45 is equal to 1. So in this case slope will be equal to 1, or it will be positive 1 plus 1. And similarly, if I'm taking the case in which some line is like this, and here also I'm saying that this angle is 45 degree, this angle is 45 degree. Now this angle is measured in the clockwise direction, so here theta will be equal to minus 45, theta will be equal to minus 45 degree. So here m will be equal to tan of minus 45 degree, so this will be equal to minus of tan 45, that will be equal to minus 1. So in this case slope will be negative. So means slope positive कब होगा? So slope will be positive if some line, if line makes acute angle in anti-clockwise direction. With x-axis, and similarly slope will be negative if line makes an obtuse angle in anti-clockwise direction. So in this case, if I'm taking it in anti-clockwise direction, then it will be obtuse angle, means it will be greater than 90 degree angle. The slope will be negative if the line makes an obtuse angle in anti-clockwise direction. Or vice versa also we can say, if some line is make an obtuse angle in the clockwise direction with the x-axis, then it will have slope positive, and if line makes an acute angle in clockwise direction, so then also the slope will be negative. So this is a concept for slope. So slope is also called as a gradient, and it is represented by m. So we have to remember some values of tan theta. So we already know these things, we have done in 9th class. This is perpendicular and this is base. So perpendicular over base is tan theta, or is the ratio of the perpendicular to the base. Now in our Cartesian system, we have some line, and the line, any point on the line is represented by abscissa and its ordinate, means it will have two values always, one is x and one is y. So in the next case, let us say that in the Cartesian system I have some line like this, I have some line like this, and now I'm saying that there are 2 points on the line, here and here. Let us say that these points are x1 y1, and this point is represented by x2 and y2. Now I'm saying that line is passing through 2 fixed points. So if a line passes through 2 fixed points x1 y1 and x2 y2, then what will be the slope? So we have already discussed this. Slope is the tan theta, so it is equal to tan theta. So now if I'm drawing two lines, one is parallel to x-axis and one is parallel to y-axis, and I'm looking at this triangle. So here this point will be x2 comma y1, and now if I look at this length, this value, so this will be y2 minus y1, so its value will be y2 minus y1, and similarly this length, so this will be x2 minus x1, and now this is a theta, this is theta, so angle with the x-axis, or this angle is equal to also this angle if these two lines are parallel. So now I have to measure this angle. So here the slope m is equal to tan theta, m is equal to tan theta, and we know that tan theta is equal to perpendicular over base. So here the perpendicular is y2 minus y1 and base is x2 minus x1. This is slope. So also we can say that y2 minus y1 is the difference of the ordinate, difference of ordinates divided by difference of abscissa. So we have to remember this also. Means in case some line is passing through 2 points, then we can calculate the slope in this way. So it will be equal to the ratio of the difference of ordinate to the difference of abscissa. Now next point is, let us say that I am saying that in Cartesian system I say that these two lines are parallel. These two lines are parallel. Then for parallel lines, it is already clear from this diagram, since these are parallel lines, so these two will be the corresponding angles. So means their inclinations will be equal. Inclinations will be equal. So now for parallel lines, let us say that this is line L1 and this is line L2. Let us say that this is theta 1 and this is theta 2. So for parallel lines, inclinations are equal, means theta 1 equal to theta 2. And now I am taking tan on both sides, so it will be tan theta 1 equal to tan theta 2, means m1 is equal to m2. So for parallel lines, the slopes are equal. If I am saying that the slope of line 1 is m1 and slope of line 2 is m2, then both will have the same slope, that is m1 will be equal to m2. Or we can say that if two lines having equal slopes, then they will be parallel. Now for perpendicular lines, we have to remember one very important relation. Now let us say that I am saying that this is one line that is making an angle alpha with the x-axis, and this is one another line that is perpendicular to the given line. So I'm saying that this is line L1 and this is line L2, and I'm saying that these two lines are perpendicular with each other. Then this angle will be 90 degree since the lines are perpendicular. Now the inclination of this line L2 will be this, and now I'm saying that let us say that this is angle theta, this is angle theta, and this angle is 90 degree. So from here, since we already know these two angles, so I have taken angle made by the line L1 as alpha and this line is 90 degree. So this is the exterior angle. So here we can find the relationship between the inclinations, that is theta is equal to 90 plus alpha. Theta is equal to 90 plus alpha. This is the exterior angle. So exterior angle is equal to sum of the opposite interior angles. So this is the relationship between the two inclinations. Now if I am taking tan on both sides, so this will be tan theta and this will be tan of 90 minus alpha. So please remember, for the time being, remember this. So tan of 90 plus alpha, or in the second quadrant. So this is equal to minus cot alpha. This is minus cot alpha and this is tan theta. So you will learn about all these things in your next class, means in class 11. So for the time being, you have to remember this. Tan of 90 plus alpha will be equal to minus cot alpha. So that is equal to minus 1 over tan alpha. So tan theta equal to minus 1 over tan alpha. So this implies I'm cross multiplying these. So tan theta multiply tan alpha is equal to minus 1. So if I'm saying that tan of theta, or for the line L2 this is m2 and for line L1 this is m1, so then we can simplify or simply write this as m1 multiply m2. This is tan alpha, means I'm taking it as the slope of the line L1 as m1 and the slope of line L2 as m2. So m1 multiply m2 is equal to minus 1. So for simplicity, I'm saying that the product is m1 m2 is equal to minus 1. So this is also very important point. So for parallel lines, the slopes are equal, and for perpendicular lines, the product of the slopes will be equal to minus 1. Now since we already know this, the inclination of x-axis or the inclination of any line that is parallel to x-axis is 0. So therefore for x-axis the slope m will be equal to tan 0, the slope will be equal to 0, whereas the inclination of y-axis or any line that is parallel to y-axis is 90 degree and its slope will be equal to tan 90, so that is equal to not defined or infinite, not defined. So with this, now you can start your next exercise. Exercise 14b. You can start with some basic questions. I hope that you will be able to solve question number first to question number 5th. Thank you. Have a nice day.